Cebu is full of adventure, especially in Moalboal, where you can swim with thousands of sardines.
And sea turtles, as well as canyoneer through the most magical landscapes.
We nearly made a huge mistake on this part of the trip. We thought the island was so small that we could just base ourselves in the city.
A big mistake that would have been. Fortunately, we have been planning our next moves literally one day at a time, which meant we could shuffle our intended Philippine backpacking plans around and stay in the heart of where all the adventure is to be had.
This is part 2 of our Cebu backpacking trip.
The next few days. Cool. This is nice and airy. Is this our aircon?
Yeah, we did book with
so we've
aircon.
got a seating area. We'll check in here to see if we've got aircon.
Oh, maybe the aircon's in there.
Ooh, hello. This isn't aircon. Oh yeah, there's aircon here. This is cosy. Do you want to sleep up here?
No.
So we've got a bunk there.
That'd be Onyx's bed,
And
okay.
we've got a bathroom.
Bathroom reveal. Nice.
Spiders.
No spiders, no cockroaches.
We have landed at our hotel. We've just walked straight down the road to try and find the main strip. It's 5 o'clock now. We've skipped lunch and we've just found this place to eat because we are both so hungry. I've gone for the potato curry and you've gone for
The eggplant adobo, which I'm really excited for because I haven't had adobo in 6 years.
Our plans after this, we're going to walk into town, try and find somewhere to rent a motorbike, scooter, and then potentially book on some tours.
It's good, but it doesn't taste like my mum's adobo.
Good morning guys, today is another glorious day in the Philippines and today we're going to be snorkeling. We've got our snorkeling gear, so we've rented these for 100 peso per pair of fins. And then it's 100 peso again for the snorkel and mask.
Yeah.
And
which is about £1.50 each,
yeah, fair. And then we've come to this beach which is in front of the Vernada, and apparently it's the best place that we can see the turtles.
Yeah, and the sardines, which is what Cebu, sorry, Moalboal is famous for.
Yeah, and you can see it's actually quite busy already.
We're only like 50 meters in from this beachfront and they're everywhere. It is insane. I've never seen that amount of fish before.
I'm excited for this. All that swimming built up some hunger, and we haven't had breakfast.
I have gone for an avocado pesto pasta. Sam has gone for a tropical pancake stack. And for drinks, a cappuccino cappuccino and a honey lemon iced tea. I'm gonna go for an aloe vera massage because my skin absolutely needs it from this sun. Look at that. As well as a facial with collagen to try and help my scarring. And in total, they're doing it for 800 pesos, so that's about 12 to 15 pounds.
As Nico's going to get a massage, she's going to be having so much fun. I've decided I'm going to do something equally as fun. Head back to the room, finish off this YouTube video. Yes! Although to be fair, I'm happy for a little bit of respite from the sun. We've been snorkeling pretty much most of the morning. We don't even know what time it is right now, but because it's on the equator, the sun is just so high all the time. It just feels like the sun is covering your back. So I think it's going to be a good idea to go sit in some air-conditioned room. I've been doing a couple of hours of work on the YouTube over here in a little bedroom in the Napa hut. As soon as you go outside of this bedroom where we have this little air conditioning unit, it is absolutely roasting. All the heat is just kind of coming straight through. They're all just like big bamboo poles. It is beautiful, but wow, the heat really does hit you here. So I think we're going to reward ourselves with a nice sunset view to wind down the day.
Oh my God, that was the best massage I have ever had in my life. I feel completely rejuvenated. I came out of there and I was a little bit disorientated because I was in such a daze from how good it was. The facial as well, it left my skin like baby fresh.
Pretty much gone, isn't it? Whoops. Looks like we were too slow. The sun's actually already disappeared behind the mountain, but
still
this view
beautiful.
is stunning nonetheless.
And this little patch of beach is actually only 100 meters away from our hotel, and apparently you can see turtles here, so I think we're going to try and find them tomorrow here instead of in the hustle and bustle.
This is one thing I never thought I'd see in the Philippines. Full vegetarian menu. This is the best place.
And I'm actually really glad they've got that because I have been desperate to try the squid adobo, and this place serves it, so I was like, please have something here for Sam. And they do! This is everything I have been waiting for because I'm not gonna lie, the adobo yesterday was not good. It didn't taste even of soy sauce or vinegar, so I'm really hoping this is the one.
It's 5:30, we're up super early again. We've got an amazing activity plan. This is probably the best thing that we've been looking forward to on the whole Cebu. We are literally the first ones on this tour this morning.
We'll have the whole trail to ourselves.
I feel like we've woken everybody up just for us.
We spoke too soon. There's a few other people arriving, but still, we're going to be the first ones to hit the water altogether.
Yeah, I don't mind a few people would definitely beat the peak time.
I actually wanted people to be in there first anyway, so that people who jump in would scare away any like snakes and stuff that are in the water for us. I didn't want to be the first to jump in.
Yeah.
We have been walking for about 45 minutes now to the start of the canyoneering, and the walk has been absolutely epic. We have not been able to go on any hikes here, one time, and two, it's just so hot, so we haven't felt like it. So this is a nice mini version of a hike for us through the mountains, and it kind of feels like a jungle. Are we in a jungle? Yeah. That's the consensus. Oh my god, it's so clear and blue.
Going down close backwards. So I've just been asked if I want to try the 7 metre jump. Hell yeah, I want to try the 7 metre.
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life, ever.
This is relaxing. What a sight, we're powering up!
Face it downwards.
So that is the end of our canyoneering.
It's been incredible.
It has been absolutely fantastic. This place is magical. But next up we're going to Kawasan Falls, yeah?
Yeah. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, it is true. We are going to Kawasan Falls. Just before we get to Kawasan Falls, they've actually pulled us over to the local 7-Eleven.
Hello guys. Hello.
They did say that if you wanted anything, you can take it, and then they note down what you took, how much it cost, and then you pay later.
Oh, okay, because yeah, no one would have money here,
Yeah,
would they?
that's what I was thinking.
What the?
I'd say you're real bad.
There are many things I love in life, and jumping off heights is not one of them. So if you're a wuss like me, you can skip them and climb around the sides.
We're currently on the 3rd level of Kawasan, where the 10 metre jump is. I'm going to attempt it. It looks high.
I'm basically just here to film him jump off all of these cliffs.
This place is just phenomenal. That jump was absolutely epic to do. So I did it twice.
This is spring water, and it's so refreshing to be in. It's like cooler than all the other waters we've been in. It's still warmer than the UK.
So glad that you did it. I
Me
feel like you
too.
just conquered some of your fears.
Me too. I was stood there and I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to do it.
She was so close to not jumping.
But I said before we came on this trip, I'm not bothered if I don't do the jumps, but I really wanted to do the swing, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
I didn't expect the swing to be that high. On
Pretty high.
like videos you see online, it doesn't look that high, but to To me, that's still pretty high. The guides have just shown us this little berry called Aratilis. Sorry if I've got it wrong.
Aratilis.
Oh my god! These are incredible. These are insane. They're like sweets.
Wow.
Wow.
That's weird. What is that flavour?
Aratilis.
It's like something getting a jelly bean.
Without all the sugar.
That is probably the best fruit I've tasted in my life.
Yeah, we need those in the UK, don't we?
Aratilis.
Aratilis.
And we've arrived at the main attraction of Kawasan Falls, the lower level, and the water here is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful, isn't it? I feel like that's all I have to say every time we move on to the next level. I'm like, it's beautiful! Definitely worth doing the actual trip early in the morning, because then you get to enjoy parts of this waterfall and the canyon to yourself.
We survived canyoneering!
It was epic!
I know we've said it a lot, but it truly is. They're carrying me away.
Oh, look how good this is! I didn't know a lunch was included, so that's a nice added bonus, isn't it? So we paid $1,900 each for a private transport and guide, so we both had a guide each. On the streets they sell it at $1,900 for a group, so just make sure you ask for private.
And just for info, ours was John's tours, and he was just outside the Venado as well, in case you want to get on the same one that we did. We'll link it if possible as well.
We'll also link the place we actually took the tour through rather than just the agent. I also wanted to share a little bit about the fact that we had a woman tour guide, which is unusual. I haven't seen that in the Philippines, so I got speaking to her about it, and actually this place has 30 women employed doing the canyoneering. So I think that's just really cool. So it's a really good business to support.
I actually can't believe we've done this. It's so inefficient of us. We haven't booked any accommodation for Palawan, and we fly out there tomorrow at 5 p.m. So that is a priority thing for us to do. At the moment I'm editing a little bit of the YouTube, and this is how it's going. Because it's so hot outside, even in this room with air conditioning, the SSD and my laptop are getting so hot, so I'm having to put them on top of the air conditioning unit to cool them down.
Instead of heading down into the main strip, we've come to the beach, which is literally about 200 meters from our hotel, and it looks like it's where all the locals come to hang out.
It's real life Cebu. So what have you gone for this time?
Final meal here in Cebu, and I've gone for a tomato and onion omelette with rice. How about you?
And I have gone for a seafood spaghetti with cream.
While Sam has been working away this evening, I have done some research on our next steps of the travel. So tomorrow we're going to be heading to Palawan, but we need to sort somewhere to stay. And we have two choices: to stay in Puerto Princesa, which is where the airport is, or carry on our journey to El Nido. But that might add on another 6 hours of travel, which means we won't get in until potentially 1 in the morning. So we have a big decision to make on whether we want tomorrow to be a full day of traveling, or if we want to break it up. weeks late filming this Cebu roundup, so we're gonna have to jog our memories a little bit.
Yeah.
So we are gonna round up our best bits, worst bits, and tips of Moalboal Cebu. So Sam, as always, going first. Best bit.
Oh wow, it's actually really hard to decide. For me, it's got to be the snorkeling. Yeah, for sure. Seeing
Worst
the turtles
bit?
and sardines. Worst bit.
I know my worst
I
bit.
actually don't think I have the worst bit for it. Maybe just the price of the food.
Yeah,
And that's
because it
not
was a
even
bit of a
that the
tourist
biggest-
trap.
But yeah.
So
I don't really-
tips.
Tips. Don't buy a guide to do all the snorkeling tours. It's literally right out in front of the restaurants, and they're pretty easy to spot.
You'd only need a guide if you aren't good at swimming, or because they give you like flotation devices
And
basically
drag
that you
through
can
the
hold
water.
on to. Yeah.
Plus, just follow them if you want to find a turtle.
Yeah, but if you're good at swimming, you can just rent your snorkels and flippers. From someone, and then just go out by yourself.
That's a good one. Get some flippers.
My best bit was, like you, it's really hard. I enjoyed the snorkeling. I also really enjoyed the canyoneering. It was incredible. In fact, all of it was incredible in Moalboal. My worst bit was, it was a tourist trap. Like, there was so many tourists, and I know I'm one of them, and I keep saying it, but it was quite a shock, to be honest. When we got there, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this, because they had a main strip with bars and clubs, and that's not what I'm into when I go on holiday.
I remember on the first night you said you wasn't sure if it's going to be for you.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like it.
You loved it.
I loved it. By the end of it, it was one of my favourite places I've been to, but I did ignore that everyone was there, and we did try and eat at places off the main strip, so they weren't so crowded. My tip, okay, this is a really big one, I think. So when you go canyoneering, they charge 1,900 pesos. Like, there's a standard rate across all, but we asked for a private guide and a private tour. Sorry, we asked for a private tour, and initially they were a bit like, but my sister had given me this tip, so I insisted, and then they said yes, so we actually paid the same price for a private tour. So it was us two and two guides, and we also went at 6 a.m, so we were the first on the canyon.
When we wanted to go.
So that is my big tip. I know it was a big ask, and we don't usually barter with them too much, but as my sister got it and told me, I was like, let's just ask, because that's better than going as a group.
And it was way better.
Yeah. And like we said in the intro, we had no idea how big Cebu Island really was. Coming from Boracay, we just assumed it was tiny. So if you go, do have accommodations in, Cebu City if you want to go, and Moalboal, or just go straight to Moalboal, which you can do on a public bus or a taxi from the airport. So yeah, I think that's our roundup.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah? Right, we'll catch you next week when we hit Palawan.